Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is my review of Monday Night Raw, June 24th, 2024, Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's go. First thing that they showed you was there was no Pat McAfee on this episode. Pat McAfee was not on commentary, and they didn't explain why. The whole night, Michael Cole just kept never saying why. So, to start off the night, we had The Miz on commentary with Michael Cole. First thing that actually happened during the show was that Drew McIntyre came out through the crowd and grabbed a mic and said that he was happy that he beat up CM Punk, that he was glad that he beat up CM Punk, that he was hoping that CM Punk was watching right now, hurting, that he was hoping that CM Punk would watch him climb the Money in the Bank while Punk was hurting. He also brought up the bracelet that he stole from Punk last week, and it had Punk's dog's name Larry on it. And McIntyre said, "Screw Larry," which the crowd did not like, which was funny. So I liked that part of the segment. After that, we got Chad Gable arriving in like a Humvee type thing, a black sedan or whatever you want to call those things. But he arrived with a bunch of security, came through, didn't want the camera, was doing this to it, didn't want the camera in his face. Came through. Adam Pearce later in the night said that Chad Gable would be good to go for his Money in the Bank qualifying match tonight. After that, we got Braun Breaker versus Wwe Kaiser. Now, the crowd was really into Braun. They were doing all the stuff for Braun. So that was really cool to see. He's been catching on real early, real quick too, which is awesome because I think he's going to be great. And the match was really good here against Wwe Kaiser. He had a crazy Frankenstein over. He went up to the top rope, legs wrapped around, came down, threw him. It was a nuts move, and it was awesome to watch. Now this match didn't have a finish because Sheamus came down to kick Wwe Kaiser in the face and interrupt their match. Braun then ended up, after the match, going backstage to Adam Pearce saying, "You better fix this." And then Sami Zayn comes in from out of nowhere, like Randy Orton, and says, "What's up?" He said, "I should have had that IC title match, but my match got stopped last week." Sami said, "Okay, let's make the match. You, me, IC title." Adam Pearce says it's official. At Money in the Bank, it will be Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. And I can't wait for that match. That match is going to be great. After that, we got a Judgment Day segment where the Judgment Day was getting gifts from Liv Morgan. Dom got a picture or something on his phone, some type of text that was like a thing throughout the night. And I was like, "Oh, I know you like the text that I sent you." Whatever. Damian said he's got to go out and address Seth, and the rest of Judgment Day said they have to take care of Braun Strowman. Okay, cool. That sets them up for the night. Then we got another Money in the Bank qualifier between Lyra Valkyria, Shayna Baszler, and Kairi Sane. This match started off slow, but ended up towards the end being really good. Crowd was into it. They were doing "This is awesome" chants, and Lyra ended up getting the win. So she is now in the Money in the Bank qualifying match. I think she's got a good chance. They want to push her hard, and I think she deserves it. So it's going to be interesting to see how that match goes. After that, we got Liv Morgan coming down to the ring to call out Dominic. She calls him Daddy Dom, promises to give him more gifts, and just keeps professing her love for him or whatever. And then Zelina Vega came down. Zelina Vega said, "I don't care about none of this. I want a match for the title. Since you're not doing anything with it, I want the title." And I'm just giving you the gist because Zelina Vega had some very good zingers during the segment called Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley's sloppy seconds, which was pretty funny. But that was funny. Then they ended up, Zelina Vega and Liv got into a tussle. Rey came down, Rey Mysterio, to take Liv off of Zelina, and Dominic pushed Rey for that, which made Liv go even crazier about him, love-wise. So there was that. This was a whole big thing. The whole Judgment Day thing, there was a lot of Judgment Day on this card. And she ended up even getting them after everything that just happened. She ended up getting Dominic a match against Rey Mysterio for next week. And she ended up getting the Judgment Day, the tag team title match for the main event of Raw this week. So she's really helping them out with a lot of stuff. After that, we got another Money in the Bank qualifying match. This was the one between Braun Strowman, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed. Gable came down looking all around, saying that they tried to kill him, but he persevered. He came through. Nothing's going to stop him. Same way in this match tonight. Nothing's going to stop him. And this match ended up being the three of them for a minute. Then the Judgment Day came down during the match to take out Braun Strowman. They took out Braun Strowman. So basically the match ended up just being between Gable and Bronson Reed. Gable ended up winning the match off of a backwards moonsault, looking like Kurt Angle so much all the time. But he won the match off a backwards moonsault. After the match, the lights went out, and then you heard the ding, 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 ding. And then Sister Abigail came out to kind of scare Gable out of the ring. But she didn't do anything else with Gable. She went over to Michael Cole and gave Michael Cole a box. She gave him a box. And inside the box was a VHS tape that they didn't do anything with at that moment. They watched it like later on in the show. But it also wasn't the end of Chad Gable. Chad Gable was in the back, and he went to go see Otis. And he wanted Otis and the rest of Alpha Academy to be a family again. Otis said no, that he was done, that he meant what he said last week. And Chad was left just standing there, just like thinking, doesn't know what to do. And then the Creeds show up out of nowhere again. Randy Orton somewhere out of nowhere, saying, "Chad, are you okay? What's going on?" Chad's like, "No, I need some help." And then that segment just ended. That ended just like that. Next, we got a women's tag team match between Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, the champions, and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. This match was more for the post-match angle. Fire and Dawn won, but Damage Control ended up coming down and attacking everyone. They attacked Fire and Dawn, and they attacked Carter and Chance. They laid them all out. And that was the end of that segment. Then we got Damian Priest coming out to talk about how he doesn't want to be like Seth Rollins, how he wants to be better than Seth Rollins, how he's never going to end up like Seth. Then Rollins came down and interrupted, but he offered a challenge. Since Damian Priest one-upped him last week, Rollins is going to one-up him this week. The challenge was that if Damian Priest wins, Seth Rollins can never challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship as long as Damian Priest is the title holder. But if Seth Rollins wins, then Damian Priest is out of Judgment Day, which I think is where we're going. Damian even said, he's like, well, since I'm the champ, Judgment Day needs me a lot more than I need them, which makes me think that he's losing, that he's going to be out of the Judgment Day. That right there makes me think that. But right as soon as they were all ready to walk away, Gunther's music hits. He comes down, the King of the Ring comes down to remind them both that it doesn't matter who wins. Doesn't matter who wins. He'll be waiting for the winner at SummerSlam. And then he's just going to take the title. Literally what he said. He's like, I don't care who wins, but whoever wins is not beating me. So, I don't know what y'all want to do here. Then after that, we got the VHS tape from Sister Abigail being able to be played now. And it showed Uncle Howdy talking to Bo Dallas. Talking to Bo Dallas about Bray Wyatt. Saying, how did it feel when your brother died? Are you ripping off Bray's legacy right now? And Bo kind of went dark. He was Bo originally, like when you saw him, he was kind of just sitting there. But he went how Bray Wyatt used to go, behind the eyes, you can see it. You can see in Bray's eyes how he would just go. You saw it in Bo's eyes how he just went. He's like, they tried to forget us. They tried to forget. We wouldn't let them forget. We're here to remind them. That was pretty much that segment. He was like, we're here to remind you. So I don't know what's going to happen next. Because they're here to remind us. I don't know what that means. But after that, we got Kofi Kingston versus Karrion Kross. This was the match that was set up last week, and this match was short. It was literally like 2 or 3 minutes in, and then we got AOP up on the Tron beating up Xavier Woods in the back. This distracted Kofi Kingston enough for Karrion Kross to hit his finisher for the win. Then after that, we got our main event. We got our World Tag Team title match. Judgment Day versus Awesome Truth. This match started off with Liv Morgan coming down to the ring. Then Dominic and Carlito came down to the ring. They interfered with the match and Dom got knocked off, and then Liv came over and like comforted him, like where he was like, oh, like she was all over his face and stuff, and like hugging him and stuff like that. And then Carlito put Finn's foot on the rope to stop him from being pinned. That got Carlito knocked down, and then that also brought out Braun Strowman, who chased them away from the ring. So now the only person that was ringside was Liv Morgan, which played into the match, because at the end of the match, she got up on the apron, was looking at Truth, while Truth had just hit the 5-knuckle shuffle, did the whole "you can't see me" thing for his childhood hero John Cena, which Truth is older than John Cena, but that's just funny. But she got up on the apron, came over to Truth and gave Truth a hug, but pulled Truth's head down over the rope, knocked him dizzy a little bit. Finn hit a drop kick, then he hit the coup de grace, and now Judgment Day are your new World Tag Team Champions. So I can't wait to see how Finn reacts to the comment Priest made about the titles. That's going to be interesting for next week's Raw. Thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.